Yes, unfortunately, once again, here we are talking about the crisis of African migrants in Tunisia. This is all happening, of course, with the backdrop of a major political and economic crisis that Tunisia has been shoved into since 2021, July 2021, by an authoritarian president who took all matters into his own hands. So when we spoke last time back in February, after this president decided to unleash some racist rants, we saw a lot of attacks against sub-Saharan migrants in Tunisia, people who were beaten up and pushed out of their homes. And so the international community spoke out at that time. We remember, for example, the African Union put out a very good statement, a strong statement condemning those statements coming from President Kais Saied and highlighting the plight and the difficulties that the migrants are facing in Tunisia. So I think they need to do that again. I think at this time, they need to issue another statement raising the profile and paying attention, making people pay attention to what is happening in Tunisia. But I don't think they should stop at that point. I think the African Union, the United Nations, maybe the European Union, they need to send people in Tunisia. They need to sit down with President Saied and the authorities there, and they need to make sure that whatever strategy, whatever plans that the Tunisians develop, the Tunisian government develops, it is a strategy that takes into account not only the safety and security of Tunisians, but also the safety and security of all people there, including sub-Saharan migrants, and develop a plan that's a comprehensive one, not just one that looks out for the interest of the Italians or the European Union, but it actually looks out for the interest of Tunisia, of the region, of the migrants. And this is why I think the involvement from the African Union is extremely important at this time.
Mongi, as we await to see what the international community can do, what can be done by Tunisian authorities like President Kais Saied to ease these recurring tensions?
Yes. We saw him, for example, after those terrible statements that he made back in February, and when the international community condemned him, we saw him kind of walk back those statements and try to reassure people that he is not a racist, he's not advocating or issuing any racist policies. I think what he needs to do right now is guarantee the safety and security, as I said, of all people, Tunisians and the migrants. Right now, there is a lot of migrants who do not know what to do. They're facing backlash from the communities, for example, as your report indicated in Sfax, after the killing, the unfortunate killing of a Tunisian man. Now all the migrants are being targeted by vigilantes and by authorities. I think the Tunisian government needs to come down and provide safety and security for those neighborhoods and create safety and security centers where migrants could at least go and find basic needs and shelters provided to them, and then engage with the international community, the African Union, the United Nations, about what is the maybe safe and secure way to deal with these waves of migrants who are coming, who are trying not to actually stay in Tunisia, but they're trying to cross over to Europe. We need to find a comprehensive plan that implemented in Tunisia, as I said, that is good for everybody.
Thank you so much, Mongi.
Thank you.
Mongi Dhaouadi is president of Tunisian United Network.